Hello again, everyone, and welcome to the channel here. We're going to go over some r/confessions today as we're waiting for our host channel Reddit aliens to return. If you happen to find this video, enjoy it. I'll do the same format. It's not going to be the format I took screenshots. Again, this is throwing it together quickly. So I hope you enjoy it. Feedback is always welcome. This will not be nearly as professional as Reddit aliens, but I will try to at least give you guys something in the meantime while our channel providers get everything up and running again. So r/confessions with Old Man River, a couple comments here and there, and then please ask me any questions you have below. About 8 minutes or so. Enjoy. After a few years of using dating apps for myself, I got discouraged with only matching once every 3 months or so, and the subsequent ghosting. So, to see how the other half lived, I used pictures of someone I went to school with to make an entirely fake dating profile and located it in a different city. I get multiple matches a day and have had some really pleasant conversations, talking about hopes and dreams and joking around a lot, etc. Some women have sent me their number unsolicited, but I don't do anything with them. Eventually, I just let the conversation die and ghost them. I know it's not right, but I don't think I'm causing anyone excessive harm, and I don't mean any harm by it. It's just nice to have a human connection, even if it's temporary, and it did seem to make it clear the lack of success isn't my prompts or personality. When I was in maybe like 8, my parents bought a Samsung tablet. Remember, back then tablets were still new and very expensive. After like 2 months of having it, I was bored and was watching some film on the TV. I don't remember what the film was, but I remember that in the film, they were playing on a Wii and then smashed the TV with a remote, making the TV screen turn blue. I was curious if screens really turn blue when you destroy them, so I've decided to test it out. Since we didn't have a flat screen TV, we still had a CRT back then, or a Wiimote. I decided that the tablet and a screwdriver would also be good for testing it out. It turned out that they don't turn blue, but lose their touchscreen ability and are deeply scratched. My parents weren't pleased, to say the least. I was out of work in 2020 and sold quite a few drugs to pay the bills. Now I'm an elementary school teacher in the same town. I'm worried one or more of the parents will recognize me. Well, the good thing about this is that if the parents do recognize you, they're probably not going to be like, hey, you sold me drugs in front of their kids or maybe other parents. So the better thing is for you to recognize and catalog who bought what from you when. Then you can kind of see what kind of flexibility you have if their kids act up. Back in 2014, 2015, I lived and worked in the Caribbean. I'd rather not say which country. I had a sandals resort about 2 miles down the road from my workplace. Every weekend, I would go to the resort and eat and drink for free. I didn't have to sneak in, I just walked right in from the public beach that was in front of the resort. If I remember correctly, there were 6 entrances to the resort off the beach, all of which were manned by security. I'd walk by the 6 entrances looking for a security guard that seemed a little distracted, which was super easy, and then walk right in. I confirmed well beforehand that the sandals did not use wristbands to ID guests. I remember at least once the security guard asked me which room I was in. Somehow I convinced her my room key and wallet were with my wife at the swimming pool inside, and she let me in. The funny thing about all this is that Sandals is a couples resort, and I was single at the time. In fact, I wonder how they never caught me, because here's this single guy, by himself, showing up at this resort week after week for almost a year, eating and drinking for free, and using their pools and saunas, and nobody caught on. Just to clarify, I did not have access to any rooms there. I was using their restaurants, bars, pools, saunas, workout rooms, etc. My school had a field trip to a college to learn about their different programs for having a job involved in law, like a firefighter or probation officer. After their really long and boring thing blabbering about it, my class went to eat while others explored. We were allowed to grab one extra sandwich, if not full, from the first one. For whatever reason, I just felt like taking as much as I could. I shoved a good 5 or 6 other sandwiches into my backpack. We were leaving the cafeteria when I went to grab another. The lady said that the sandwiches were for the other classes about to come into the cafeteria. I said, "Oh, okay," and still walked away with a bunch of hella good free sandwiches. I have known this person for most of my life, and I was sleeping over at their place a week ago. We used to hang out a lot, but lately they have been canceling most of our hangout plans and keeping it vague as to why they cancel. Some of the reasons they give don't really make sense either. So, while they were in the shower, I went ahead and got on their Discord. I know they spend a lot of time messaging people there, so I wanted to see if I found out if they talked about me to someone and possibly find a reason why they kept canceling plans. I checked their most recent DM conversation, and I found out that it's someone they apparently date, at least based on the kinkiest roleplay that is going on there. I read so much of their conversation, finding out that they had planned for some fun roleplay times on the same days we were supposed to hang out. I shouldn't have gone to their Discord. If I didn't, I would still think they were an innocent as a puppy, and I wouldn't feel so awkward around them. I regret what I did so much, and I was stupid for not asking them why they kept canceling. I'm ending our friendship, as I don't deserve to be called their friend anymore. They deserve someone better as their friend. Sorry for any spelling mistakes. I wanted to get this off of my chest. Update. It's been a while, and I'm not fully sure if any of you at all will see this edit, but thank you all for reading this. And, well, some comments are indeed harsh, but I see how wrong it was for me to do that. I want you all to know that there have been issues in my past with my family, and I can say that thanks to them, I have had a lot of trouble with trust. And that is why I acted the way I acted when I started getting suspicious. I can't entirely blame everything on my past, but it is something that impacted my whole life for a long time. I went to see a therapist for it for a short while when I managed to get myself out of the household. My friend was a really big help back then, and honestly, the only person I could trust. So, yeah, after this whole incident, I felt so much shame for doubting the trust I had for them to the person who helped me through my worst. So, yes, shame is the reason for me wanting to end the friendship. As for the situation with my friend, I gathered the courage to tell them the truth. I got a lot of shit from them, and rightfully so. A couple days after that, we talked again, and it was a long and emotional conversation. We decided on a couple things and some punishments like cooking for them for a whole month, and I offered to let them read whatever I have on Discord. In the end, our friendship will heal and continue. I'm seeing a therapist again. My friend advised me to, and I hope someday my issues will get better and something like this doesn't happen again. Look, it's easy to sit here from behind a camera and criticize you and your poor decision making. It was. Um, have any of us ever done something like that before? Probably. Have I? I have. Did I regret it? I did. Did it give me information? It did. Was I feeling good about it afterwards? Not really. But the one thing I'll disagree with is completely blaming your past. So I'm glad you kind of owned up to that a little bit. This was your choice and your action. It's a little selfish, and it is definitely invasion of privacy. If you did truly reconcile with your friend, they're a great person, and I hope that you can learn a lesson from this not to do it again. Tempting that it may be, would you want it to happen to you? Probably not. You're still here? You must like me or something. I'm grateful for that. So I'll give you a little throwback while we wait for things to get better. I just wanted to say thank you, as always, for being here. Have a great night. I miss you guys, so let's stay connected here until we get our home back. All right, love you all.